Hello, welcome to Ferrell Swim Tech. My name is John Ferrell. This is a stroke technique review stream. We are going to be reviewing Joy's technique. She is a member of Team Zoot. Sent me some video and asked me to review her stroke. So if you want me to review your stroke, ferrellswimtech at gmail.com to send me your video. We can arrange if you got kind of a Dropbox kind of a thing, you can send it to me over that, or I can supply you with a Gmail Google Drive link, and you can easily upload it to there. I can get it, review it, make a video just like this for you. If you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. Also, check out the other videos that I do. I do lots of live streams for Team Zoot. About once a week. This year we've been focusing on 2024. We've been focusing a lot on drills. So a lot of the drills that I talk about, I go into way more depth on the live stream. So I do it live for Team Zoot's Facebook page, and then I record it. I also record it simultaneously, and then I upload it to this website. So if you like what you see here and you want me to do your technique, ferrellswimtech@gmail.com. I also do in-person lessons if you live in the greater Los Angeles area, also Orange County. So if you live within about 2 hours of Los Angeles, shoot me an email. I'll see if I can get something arranged for you. Also, check me out on Instagram, Ferrell Swim Tech at Instagram, YouTube, and Rumble. Make sure you check out the comments and the description for the link tree. Link tree is the easiest way to see everything that I'm affiliated with. I do video game live streams, so there's a section for that. Also, my gear recommendations have an Amazon list, so you can check those out. I'm an Amazon affiliate, so anything you buy with that link helps the stream out. Also, there's a donate button. If you like what you see on these streams and you would like to chip in a couple bucks, check out the donate button on the link tree. All right, so let's get to it. We're going to talk about Joy's swimming. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to show this one because I was watching this one. So a couple things that I'm seeing right off the bat. Number one, there is a definite pause with the right arm and the stroke. I can tell that she's pushing down a lot on the water. Knees and feet are very deep below the water. You can see it a lot easier on the underwater shot, but her knees are drawn really far down towards the bottom of the pool. Overall, there's too much of a downward push on the water. There's not a lot of up to down movement in terms of grabbing that water and pushing it backwards. So we'll grab this video next. So she's also not pulling through the entirety. Ugh. Oh yeah, please don't do this. The videos, quick general filming tip. Videos are not pictures. You can't just magically rotate. You can't magically just rotate the video and it'll be rotated. The direction that you have the video when you start recording is going to be the direction. Is going to be the direction that you will have when you are stop filming. I can't just rotate it, can I? Dang it. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll go back to this one. So yeah, general filming tip. If you start in vertical, stay in vertical. Start in horizontal, stay in horizontal. Don't cross the streams. So also another thing Joy's not doing is she's not reaching up. You can see a lot of separation between her elbow and her head. Wants to have that nice long separation. Okay, so we're going to go down to the underwater now. So with Joy's underwater, so you can see right here. Let's get it slightly better. There, okay. So you can see that leg is shooting down to the ground, okay? There is obvious separation between her tush and the water. Lots of separation between the feet and the water surface as well. When we're swimming, we always want to have about 4 points of contact with the air. You want the back of your head, you want your shoulders, you want your tush, you want the heels of your feet. One of the heels of the feet should be at the water surface at all times. What Joy's issue is, her knees are actually bent down towards the bottom of the pool. So what I've emailed Joy about this before, as just kind of an immediate response. And the reason why this is not good is because this draws the whole body position down. So in order to fix this, I'm having Joy really work on tippy toe kicking. So we'll go back to the bench and we'll talk about this in a second. But the idea is you want to you want to have your legs nice and straight. You want to have really good swimming posture. We don't want to have our knees drawn towards the front, or else we're going to be our legs are starting so much lower. So you can see this obvious knee bend on her stroke. So then if we go to this video where she's coming, we can see the issue with the arms. Okay, so right here, arm is flat in the water. You know, it's parallel to the surface. I'd say it's a little bit on the deep side, but initial's not too terrible. But then what happens is it goes a straight arm to the back, and then it follows through all the way up. There's hardly any elbow bend and grabbing from the front and pushing towards the back. So what Joy is doing is essentially what I like to call the half moon pull, where so basically she's starting here, pushing down to 6 o'clock, and then pushing back to 3 o'clock. Okay, so you start at 9, push down to 6, push back to 3. All right. The problem with this is from here to here, that is pushing the water down. That's not pushing the water backwards. So what we want to do is we want to grab the water here, push it to our belly button, essentially. Okay, I'll show this a little bit better on the bench. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the bench. Let's use the front view for a little bit. All right. So what Joy is doing, I need to set up a scene that actually shows both cameras, one from front, one from the side. I know I have that set up somewhere. But, all right. So what Joy starts here, pushes down from here to here, and then from here to here, okay? So when we're from here to here, the majority of the water is being pushed down to the bottom. Instead of grabbing the water, bending the elbow, pushing that water backwards. So what we're doing here is we're taking the trajectory of the water from pushing it down towards the bottom of the pool to grabbing it and using it as a ledge to push ourselves forward. So we're grabbing water here, pushing it backwards rather than pushing it down to the bottom of the pool. So that's going to make a big increase in the overall power of, oh yeah, my camera's up there. So this is going to increase the overall power of the stroke. So you want to grab it here, push back, push back, push back, push back, push back. We want to push that water down. We want to use the forearm as our main push point. We don't want to push with the elbow. We want to push with the forearm. So what we want to do is we want to do the drill where we start here, grab the brick, push it to the belly button. Grab the brick, push it to the belly button. Grab the brick, push it to the belly button. All right? So then for actual in-water drills, doggy paddle. Doggy paddle is going to be the way that you're going to get here. So you're going to come here, grab, push to here, and then shoot that hand back forward. So you're here, 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 okay? So you grab, push, grab, push. So as you're pushing, the other hand is coming forward. Stop at about midpoint underneath your body and come here, 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 here. When you're starting this drill, use a pull buoy. Using a pull buoy is perfectly fine. Also, good idea to use a snorkel so then you can watch underwater and just do this. Okay? All we're doing is we're grabbing the water, pushing it to halfway, resetting our hands, pushing it to halfway. That's really going to work the overall stroke. We're going to switch cameras real quick. Okay, so going back to what we were talking about earlier, where she puts her hand forward and then she pushes that hand down, and then it sweeps, and obviously my bench isn't high enough, so it sweeps down and then comes back here. So from here to here, she's pushing straight down. And then from here to here, she's getting a minimal amount of pull. And then she she doesn't finish the pull all the way, but she comes back here. Another thing that I wanted to address, but I can't really do it on this one. I'll need to switch the cameras again in order to do this. But I wanted to talk about the legs. I want to talk about the legs real quick. So when we kick, we want to be like we're on our tippy toes. I'm going to shift my bench forward a little bit. So we want to pretend that we're on our tippy toes, okay? So we're going to point our toes, we're going to lock our knees, lock our ankles. So then we want to be able to kick like this. If you're doing it right, you can easily kick like this, all right? So easiest way is get a bench like this. Gonna point the toes. Here, let me scooch this forward more. There you go. There you go. So you're gonna point the toes, all right? Point the toes. So pretend that you're on your tippy toes, locking your knees, locking your ankles, and then you're just going to wiggle your legs like this. So what's going on with Joy is that her knee is down here. And so you can see that the leg is obviously much deeper because the knee is right here. So we want to be able to push those legs back and be able to kick like this. There is just something on my leg. So we don't want to be kicking down here. We want to reach, okay? Reach forward, reach backwards. Get very used to being in this position. You want to be able to do, these are called Superman kicks. So you're right here doing Superman kicks. You want to be able to move your legs as one object. You don't want to bend the knee. We don't want to bend the knee down here. We want the legs to come up, nice straight line. Do a lot of Superman kicks on land. And then you want to try and transfer this over to the water. Okay, so one last thing. What was it that I wanted to? Yeah, the alignment issue. Okay, so we're gonna swap. We're gonna go cameras again. So one last thing I wanted to talk about with regards to Joy's pull was her alignment. So something that you can see when she's swimming is that her arms are pretty wide. Okay, so there's a lot of separation, and also there is a bent elbow here. So what we want to do is we actually want to reach forward and extend that arm and grab that water and push it backwards. So what we want to avoid is coming in here, all right? We don't want bent elbows. So what I would recommend that you do is learn how to be nice and straight here on the land, okay? So start here, drag, and finish with here, okay? You want your arm to basically be touching your ear somewhere around here, okay? You don't want to be here, okay? You don't want to be past your center line. You want to be straight off of your shoulder. You're about here, okay? So then what this does is this allows you to reach and get more pull out of your stroke. That's kind of a tertiary thing. Definitely for now, doggy paddle and tippy toe kicking. Those are two things that you need to work on pronto. Your breathing is okay, Rotation is a little weak on your left side, but honestly, I wouldn't worry about that too much until we actually start fixing the catch and the overall pull. So definitely, I know that you're on the right track with regards to kicking. I'm gonna swap back to here. Okay. Let's see here. Click. Click. So so I know that I've already talked to you about the kick, but I've explained it a little bit more in depth here on the video. Just understand that swimming is definitely a process. Anything I can do to help you out, just send me emails. If something's not really clear, shoot me another email. There's a lot of stuff that I can explain more in depth. Also, I could just throw together a 5-minute video and explain a certain topic if it's too hard to explain via email. So yeah. So just to review, Joy, for your stroke technique, definitely tippy toe kicking. And then work on adding pressure and power and work on your catch. The biggest problem with your pull right now is that you're doing the half moon pull and you're pulling very slow. You're simply pulling too slow. And there you just need to experiment with pulling faster. Okay, experiment with pulling faster and experiment with putting more pressure right there on your arm and really going from up to down. Okay, that's the visual idea that you're going to want. What I highly recommend you do is you spend whole workouts working with just a snorkel. Okay, use the snorkel, keep your head in a nice position, play around with it. You need to play around with it. Okay, get a pull buoy and play around and experiment with the pull using the concepts of reaching up and pushing down. If you do this, you're going to find yourself, being able to kind of start working things out on your own. But the overall concept is reach up, grab a brick, bend the elbow out, hand in, push it down. So do this a lot on dry land so you can kind of understand and visualize what that looks like. And what you want to do is, as you push down, really engage all the muscles in your arm. So you're kind of like pushing down a gigantic brick of squishy styrofoam, okay? You reach up and you're squishing that styrofoam column down to where it's about this thick, okay? So you're going to be putting a lot of pressure on the arm. So what this does is this helps you kind of understand, okay, these are the muscles that should be working. It's the same concept in the water, except you're pushing a Newtonian fluid. You are pushing something that is going to move around you, so you have to exert pressure on the water. And the problem is, right now, your arms are simply moving too slow. And what happens is most of the water simply sheds off the arm. The water molecules hit the arm and it just simply slides on around it. You're not exerting any real pressure on the water, and that is why your arms are just sliding through and you're not getting a lot of propulsion out of it. So you're going to, and this is something that's really hard to teach, because it's not like a bike where I could say, oh, just push 15 more watts and you're going to be able to do it. They now are starting to come out with power meters for swimming. I don't know. It's something I might want to experiment with in the future, but it's relatively new technology. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. But a lot of it is truly feel. It's a really nebulous concept. I hate explaining it like that, but honestly, there's not much that I can do. It's something you have to experiment with. Experiment pushing down, using more force, using more speed, and see what happens. Eventually, what you're going to find is that you're going to find that your arms are going to move too fast, and then you're going to feel like you're completely out of control. And then if you back off that speed just a little bit, you're going to find that you will actually start you'll actually start being able to move water more efficiently. Something I wanted to do that I was thinking of is I wanted to count your strokes per 100. 1 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay. All right. So you're taking about 31 strokes per what I'm assuming is a 25. You need to cut that down. You need to push on the water with more power. Typically, I can go a 25, and if I get a good push off underwater, I can go about 15 strokes. So I am taking literally half the strokes that you are when I do a 25. And a lot of that has to do with pressure, being able to exert more pressure on the water. So a couple things that you want to experiment with is simply experiment with taking less strokes per 25. So what you need to do is you need to add more power per stroke. That's your first area. You want to push down with more power. Really engage those muscles and push down. So see if you can start eking because honestly, you should be somewhere around 18. I'd say 20 and below is a very acceptable strokes per 25. So work on getting that stroke count down somewhere in the mid 20s. That's going to be your goal. Start with about 25 strokes per 100, or 25 strokes per 25. Sorry. 25 strokes per 25. So you want to start stepping down that stroke count per 25. That's going to mean that that should mean that you're more efficient. Okay. Now, if your strokes go down and your pace goes in the toilet, in other words, you get way slower per 25, you need to focus on pressure, strength, pushing down on that water more efficiently. Okay. So those are the things that I can tell. There's a lot more that I can talk about, but honestly, those are going to be your biggest bang for the buck. Work on those. If you want to send me another video a couple months in the future, go for it. No problems whatsoever. Like I always say, if you have any questions whatsoever about the video, ferrellswimtech@gmail.com. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. Hey, even if you're not Joy, if you're some rando watching the video and saying, hey, I saw that you were talking about this, can you explain that a little bit better? I'm kind of having a hard time understanding this concept. ferrellswimtech@gmail.com. Also, check out Instagram, YouTube, and Rumble. These are the places where I upload these streams. I also do a live stream for Team Zoot almost every Wednesday morning on their Facebook page, and I record them and upload them to here. All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Everyone that has seen this, like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. So until next stream, my friends, good night, Isaiah Norris, wherever you are. I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.